When we're setting a baseline, longevity means we want to be in this industry, in this career, as long as we choose to do so. Now, like Andrew, I'm breaking some rules. I'm going to break some of my own rules, so thank you. You make me brave, Andrew. No, I was told with the sake of time we had, I could give you about 3 or 4 tips, and I did that. But I also took the next slide and put a bunch of tips on it and squeezed it in here, because here's the thing. I'm saving my best tips for you. I'm saving my best advice, but I am doing a massive disservice if I come to you guys and I don't recognize there are a handful of basic tenets that, guess what, a lot of people don't follow. All of this sounds obvious, I know, but if I didn't see people skipping all these steps all the time, I wouldn't be talking about it. So these are the 4 things I need you to do. First and foremost, you need to know your numbers. The end, that is profit, and that is revenue, and that is how much it costs to come to RSVP and buy a Carnaby-themed-ish outfit. It was my 3rd try, give me a break. I did my best. But what that's gonna cost, money in, money out. Now, I have a Michelle Loretta from RSVP Consulting who is not sponsoring me, but I've been with her for 8 years. Barring any sort of huge crisis, I know 18 months from now what my cash flow is going to be looking like. I hope that for other people as well. If you don't know your numbers, you can't make informed decisions about your business. I want to skip. Can I get an amen? No, I don't know. I'm feeling this vibe here. Anyways, also, speaking of not sexy, organization. And by that I mean systems, processes, SOPs. You're doing a huge event, and someone calls in with whatever, do you have the training to get people jumping in as quick as humanly possible? Organization is not sexy, and I know that, but so many people skip it. How many of us, no need for raising hands, because I know the answer already, you've got your fun, creative, amazing people who you work with. These creatives who, they're always a little late, not checking their email, all discombobulated, and it's cute, right? It's supposed to be cute. It's, I'm creative, it's left brain, right brain, what? No. You have to have your ish together in order to do anything else that we're going to talk about next. Now, I am extremely neurotypical. I live in a house where I'm the only neurotypical. Everybody else is neurodivergent. I would be an ableist if I stood up here and said, y'all, just get organized. Get yourself together. That's not easy for everybody, and I recognize that. What I'm saying is if that is not your thing, surround yourself with people who that is your thing. Next, your team, speaking of, that's internal, that's external. 2 weeks ago, mark it on the calendar, I had emergency surgery. What? I know, appendectomy, I made it sound very dramatic, Jalek, but it was just my appendix. Although who knew something that's the weight of an earthworm would wreak so much havoc on the last 2 weeks of my life, but I was lucky because I have a team that can take over. I texted them a selfie. Guess where I am? And they're like, what? I'm in the hospital. And they were able to take over. Most people didn't even know I was out. I was very fortunate to have those folks. But it's also hiring the people externally. So lucky to have, Leah was amazing. It was so good to have her here. Get a lawyer before you need one. If she didn't say it, I was going to say it. One of us has to say that. It's very true. Having the insurances and the things before things hit the fan. I don't love talking about the pandemic, but the fact is, I was prepared for years for that, not realizing it was coming. My money lady came to me and she goes, well, because I'm the Chicken Little, she's like, you've been preparing for this for years, so let's do this and have that external team. Finally, your destination. And what I mean by that is a direction, goals, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever you want. The statistics don't lie on this. What we see time and time again, if you have any indication of where you want to go and you put it down, and I'm talking to my woo-woo people with the mood boards and all that, that's fine. You got a mood board, have that. Write it on a Post-it note. Have it in an Excel spreadsheet if that's your thing. But to have a direction that you allow to evolve, the number of times over you're more likely to actually accomplish it is astounding. So these are the 4 things. This is my cheat slide. Let's get into it.